Welcome back. We've got a few days to go before we set sail to the Canaries, and we're busy just finishing up with some final boat jobs. Leaving mainland Europe meant that it would become harder to get a hold of boat parts and gear, so we made the most of the Canaries to buy any extra parts we might need now. We also made the most of being in a marina to enjoy some good sleep, run errands, and do some exercise before being at sea for a longer period of time. Our friends Seb and Fanni were joining us for the passage down to the Canaries. You might remember them from when we were in Sardinia together. We frantically finished off the last jobs and were ready to cast the lines.
All right, here we go.
We managed to get our hands on an Iridium Go sat phone last minute, so we quickly set it up so that people could track us and we could download weather underway. Canary Islands, here we come. We had about 5 days ahead of us before we reached La Graciosa Island.
Really following seas, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Navika. Pretty sporty, huh?
It is. It really picked up. At first we were like, what's going on? And now we're like, okay, we've got some proper wind now. Yeah, first day we left Gib at about 5 and the wind's just picked up ever since. So we haven't crossed the strait yet. We're still on the Spanish coast, just following the Spanish coastline west. And we've got beautiful wind and a beautiful sunset. I think it's just a really perfect start.
Funny.
Yeah,
What's happening right now?
who knows? We were woken up by a massive bang and kind of turning upside down.
And water coming in, right? A little bit of spray in the
water
face.
spraying on our faces in our bed.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's 2 a.m.
It's pretty intense. This is
It's
not
pretty
very
messy in here right
restful.
now.
Not very restful.
Plants having a good old time. Oh my god. Lars and Alex hard at work upstairs. Oh god. Just like trying to film right now is a bit of an ambitious undertaking, to be honest. I have no idea if you can see the sea state out the window. Just fell over. Right, that's that.
We're gonna cross the shipping lane to Gibraltar. Headed out pretty far west. We're well past the strait. We've been following the north side of it just because of the wind. And so now we're just watching the AIS for a window to then cross through, but it's not easy. We've also got about 25 to 30 knots of wind. It's a bit like Frogger. Did you ever play that?
No.
It's like you're like this frog and you have to like cross this road without getting squished.
Oh yeah, no, I did used to play that.
But instead of cars, it's tanker ships.
You're properly lounging. It's been a bit of a wild night. Not really sure when to debrief on it. We've had a bit of a baptism of fire. Before nightfall, all was going well. We were almost like, is this it? Is this all the wind we've got? and then it just all of a sudden picked up. And then everyone started getting seasick. It was gusting. It was 25 knots gusting, 35 or something. The waves were huge. We had waves breaking into the cockpit. Seb was out for hours. It was bad. What else happened? Lars was sick.
There was carnage down below.
Oh yeah.
It was just toolbox went flying.
It's probably the strongest seas and wind we've had on this boat. So yeah, now we're just recovering a bit, caught up on a bit of sleep. Still quite a bit of wind, and we are, I don't know how far off the coast of Morocco, but we're out of the Straits now. Said goodbye to Spain and mainland Europe, which is crazy, and onto the Atlantic.
Woo!
I went up to the foredeck to help Lars put the pole, and I didn't you returned, but then you got
Threw up.
you threw up. And I splattered on the foredeck and couldn't get up for 15 minutes.
Funny, on the other hand, is killing it down here.
Show the sandwich, man.
Wowee! Whoa! That spoon's about to fall.
There isn't any left, is there, Fanny?
There's a bit left. Do you want some?
I mean, I'm loving it.
Okay.
I've got an appetite.
Give me a bowl.
Yeah? Pass it up.
Oh, sorry.
You showed up at my door, restlessly in search of something I can offer.
At this point, I think it was starting to kick in that we'd actually left and that it would just be us and the ocean for the next 4 or 5 days. We transitioned into a nice watch system, doing 4 hours on and 12 off, rotating every day by 4 hours so that our watch time would be different every day. This is also known as a Swedish watch system. We wanted to try out this system as we hadn't done it before, but personally I found that I prefer sticking to the same watch times every day in order to get into a routine.
And I'm too ashamed to say that now I just don't. And I don't wanna die alone.
Lars is feeling a bit seasick.
No. This is about all I can manage right now. Some crackers and sleep.
Tell me how you feel. I'm wasted and I actually wanna hear it. I'll assure you.
What are you doing, Lars?
I'm doing something I've never done before, which is placing a call from the middle of the ocean. We just invested in this for our big passages. So I'm trying to get a call through to my mum. The reception's not great, but Alex just called her granddad for his 97th birthday and wished him happy birthday from the sea, which is pretty cool.
So it's day 2 or 3, depending on how you want to count it. Things are going okay, really, except for the fact that Lars has been seasick on and off for the past 2 days, more or less. But yeah, things are overall pretty good. Just whacked out the Haribos, which always helps. Just got some music playing, and Lars has got some riddle games going on with Seb Fanni here, whilst he takes a nap and they try and figure it out. We're going on nicely. We've got an average speed of about 5.5 knots, 5.8 actually, and we've done about 250 miles maybe now, so another 300 and something to go, I think. The wind's better than we expected today. We expected a bit of a lull. It's actually more than we thought, so that's good. And then tomorrow we should have pretty consistent and solid good wind for the last 2 or 3 days.
I've been seasick since we left. which hasn't been fun. It's the first time this season I've been seasick. I think the heavy wind as we came out of the strait just really got me. And then I just couldn't recover from it. But there I just managed to hold down a seasickness tablet for long enough for it to kick in. I'm feeling so much better. I'm getting some more food in me. I'm just recovering, starting to feel good. So we're gonna go up onto the foredeck and just play some dice.
How are you feeling, Seb?
Pretty great.
Yeah?
Actually, yeah. Yeah, for the first time, I think, on this passage, I feel like a human being with possibilities ahead of me.
Let's go play some games.
Yeah. Children. You knew that's where this was going, didn't you?
I thought it just as you were saying the sentence. I was like, so every cow fart of all history, there's this finite probability that we're breathing it.
I think the chat has hit a new low point. I've just been saying how the swell is so light. There just isn't really any. But we are starting to get a bit more of the Atlantic swell feel. That's kind of long rollers, but they're really small, so it's pretty flat. It's lovely. Didn't expect it to be this chilled out. Touch wood.
Alex, what are you doing?
Lunging. This is the Iridium Go sat phone. It allows us to send SMSs, make calls, and download predict wind weather offshore. It's a really great piece of kit that we use a lot on all of our offshore passages now.
This is chaos. Red one.
Blue one. Ligretto.
Ligretto.
I said it first.
Cheese, cheese, cheese. Where'd all this cheese come from?
The guys next door to us in the marina had just were leaving their boat for a while, and they came into the marina in Alcaidesa the day before we were leaving, and they said, "Hey guys, do you want this big bag of food?" And it was basically filled with cheese. We don't eat that much cheese on board, so in a way it's like a treat, but also probably not great for our insides.
This one is particularly pongy as well.
They came from France, so all the cheese is French cheese. The extra smelly.
Can't complain.
So it is Thursday today, and we've been going since Monday evening. The wind's picked up quite a bit now, and it's forecast to stay like this until Saturday, so we should be there by Saturday now. We're taking bets on when we'll get there. I think we might get there early Saturday morning, maybe before daybreak on Saturday. Depends how fast we go and how much we keep up our speed. Yeah, we've had a really pleasant day. We've just been playing games and taking it easy really, and I'm just enjoying some time up on the bow here before the sun goes down and we have some dinner. And it's my watch that starts from 8 to 12, so first night watch. So how are you doing?
Doing great. I'm just downloading the next weather forecast. Trying to get the rain with it this time. But otherwise, things are great. We got awesome wind behind us. We're going along at 6 knots. The boat's being really comfortable. The Atlantic is proven to be pretty friendly.
So
far. Compared to the Med, just the swell is really relaxed. I mean, honestly, down below, pretty chilled out right now. But more than anything, I don't know, I didn't expect to feel so excited about leaving the Met. I don't know, this first leg down to the Canaries. Like, down to the Canaries still felt like preparing to cross the Atlantic, but already I just feel like this is something pretty exhilarating and a pretty cool accomplishment, and I don't know, I'm proud of us and I'm proud of the boat. I'm excited to get there.
As Lars said, it's really chilled down here. Everything is flying, obviously.
Oh, you're doing it in the dark as well because we haven't turned the lights on.
Yeah, we're trying to skimp on the electricity.
The batteries are down to 12.6 at the moment. I think it's probably a bit lower than you'd like.
12.6?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It was down to like 11.8 this morning.
We kind of like the darkness.
Good.
So we realised this morning that we have a bit of a battery problem, or difficulty charging the batteries. We have had quite a bit of cloud coverage yesterday and even today, so the solar hasn't been able to really perform as well as we wanted. And also the sun comes in front of the boat for most of the day, and the sails shade the solar panels, so it just means that we haven't been able to get as much solar as we want. We turned on the engine earlier and tried to boost some charge, but it didn't work as well as it should.
I think it has something to do with the alternator to battery charger. I'm not entirely sure, but what it means is that we're only putting about 20-30 amps into the batteries when the engine's running, when we should be putting 80 amps in or 90 amps in. And that obviously like quadruples the amount of time you need to have the engine running. It just isn't possible, really. Something to figure out before our next passage to get that fixed, because it's pretty important that we can like charge the batteries fast when we need to, especially since we rely on it for the water maker. And right now it's not dishing out enough power for the water maker, so luckily we have enough water to make it there, and we can still run it if we had to, but not the best situation.
Means no showers, and we were all looking forward to showers today, so oh well. Let's get there quick.
I think everyone smells okay so far there.
Maybe we just all smell the same. We can't smell each other.
We smell equally as bad as each
There's
other.
quite a lot of wind, so.
You're all of my favorite things.
How'd you sleep?
Not too well. There's this crazy swirl that came in the night, and it just rocks you over from side to side, and we were both sleeping on the floor. So I slept on the floor. Just put like the cockpit cushions down on the floor, and then I stole your spot when you went on your walk. It's been like hot bunking every 3 hours or 4 hours. It's been like, right, change beds. Hopefully the last day.
Last day. So, we've got about another 110 miles to go. We should put us in Lanzarote at about 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's been good. We've learned a lot about what makes life easier on passage. There's been a few systems that need repairing or upgrading, but in general, things have gone pretty well. Crews work together amazingly. Couldn't have asked for a better crew. The wind's been behind us the entire way. We basically haven't done any sail changes. We took one reef last night. That's it. I think we went below 5 knots just a couple of times. So can't complain, really. Great first passage in the Atlantic. This is the longest passage we've ever done, and there's something different about doing a multi-day passage compared to like a 2-day or even 3-day passage. You really get a sense that you're going somewhere, that you're traveling by sea. Whereas usually I have the feeling of sort of hopping between anchorages and I'm sort of on the water but not properly traveling on the water in the same way, and this has a completely different feel. It's hard to put into words, there's something really special about it. Really simple, where life just gets reduced down to making food, taking care of the boat, hanging out, sleeping, keeping watch, and nothing else needs to get done. There's no other problems that can be solved. And it's funny because the first 2 days on passage you can see, or 3 days even, you can sort of see your mind still looking for things to do. I kept picking my phone up and just reflexively opening the mail app and opening Instagram, and it took a few days for that habit to go away, and then you just enter this other place where I don't even feel like I need to read or do anything really. I could just sit and watch the waves go by, which sounds completely dull and boring in most moments of life, but out here it just seems like the only thing that needs to be done. And there's something really, really nice about that, and I can kind of see how there will definitely be a bit of nostalgia when we arrive, even though it's going to be really fun to arrive, and I can't wait to celebrate our first huge, step out into the Atlantic. Still, there's something sad about leaving such a simple life and re-entering kind of all the dynamics of people and society and your, problems. It's been a really cool, interesting experience, and I'm really looking forward to the next one. So we've got the head sail and the staysail pulled out with the main boom, which is a bit of an operation, questionable expenditure of effort and time. But you know what? I think the verdict is in, and it was worth it. It looks kind of puny from here. Staysail doesn't look to be doing anything.
I think a while, sipping red wine in my room, all the colors of the TV screen suddenly come through.
To arrive somewhere so different to the place that you left from made us realize how far we'd sailed and that the adventure had truly begun.
It's taken me this long to realize.
Land ho! That's where we're headed. You see all the anchor lights, all the other boats. We're just motoring down the channel here.
Now my heart is feeling sore, sinking to the ocean floor. I can hear the rain is coming down. I can hear the rain is coming down.
Hey! Breakfast time, everyone.
We made it!
It's very windy.
We've arrived. We are tired, a little bit worn, but also pretty pumped and excited to have sailed to our first Atlantic destination.
I think a while, holding small photos of you, all the memories they take their time. Thoughts you
This is La Graciosa Island, a small island just off the northern coast of Lanzarote. It has a pretty special feel, with its untouched sandy beaches, no roads, and volcanic landscape. It's like nowhere we've been before. The little fishing village has a sleepy feel to it, almost taking you back in time. It was the perfect place for us to land, catch up on some rest, and celebrate a successful passage.
Good job, everybody.
Cheers! Thanks for watching this far, and see you next time for some more adventures in the Canary Islands.